Welcome back to another episode of Play the Hits. Back from the grave just in time to host another episode is Nicholas Weber for Spooptober.
It's spoopy October, Nick.
We've got the ghost of Chris here with us. Wait, is it Chris or just a ghost, or how does that work?
That was Knuckles. I was
Oh,
practicing my Halloween character there.
it was great. I couldn't really, couldn't even tell it was you.
So Nick, you got to fill me in on this game. What the hell are we playing tonight?
So, about a year and a half ago, I picked up Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition for like $15 on Steam. Always told myself I was going to play it, never got around to it. So, finally picked it up 2 months ago. Completely addicted to it. Now, I love the Resident Evil series. I hate playing the games. I don't know what it is. Absolutely fell in love with this game. I've probably pumped about 70 hours into it total, just doing the regular content and the DLC. So I thought, hey, I haven't contributed anything to play the hits for a while. So let's do a run through of Resident Evil 7, right?
Yeah, dude. Hey, side note, we just got a new follower.
Wait. Oh, really? Yeah, I saw we were at like 26 at some point during the week. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, on our stream here. Yeah,
Well, hey,
welcome.
welcome. We'll try to not disappoint you. No guarantees. So, what do you think? Easy, normal, madhouse?
Go where your conscience takes you, Nick.
Let's see. Go with what will be entertaining. I think normal would be appropriate. So, let's start the journey of the whitest protagonist I've ever seen.
Right?
I just wanted to send a quick hello and I love you. Oh, good news. I'm going to be coming home soon. Yay!
No, she's
I
not.
cannot wait to be done with this babysitting.
This is 3 years ago, isn't it?
I can come home to my loving.
Oh yeah, prior to right.
I miss you.
Boy, Ethan wishes her secret was that she was having an affair and
I
not
know.
that she was working for an evil corporation.
She disappeared. She was probably just screwing Rick from the office.
She's just working for some evil corporation.
By the way, Knuckles, what the hell are you doing in my chair? Oh, so it's your chair now. You don't even pay rent. Get the hell out of here. Fine. I'm gonna move back in with Becky. I don't need this.
You were right. I did.
Hey, medium quality in the lower right-hand corner. That describes my streams pretty well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this could be an episode of Play the Hits. For all the production values that went into it.
Stay away.
So side note, we have never actually had someone interact with the Play the Hits channel during a stream, and the sound effect and the Knuckles like GIF that I posted for that just scared the living piss out of me because I'm like, that's not what's supposed to happen.
What is going on?
Yeah.
She's back.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
wait,
cool
I
though.
did
I'm
that.
glad that worked.
I don't know. Look, I don't know how, but she's back. She's back somehow.
So,
Maybe it's a prank.
correct me if I'm wrong, but being Biohazard 7, this is the Japanese take on rural Southern America, right?
This is how the Japanese see the American South. That is correct.
It wasn't too bad, right? So
yeah, I mean, it wasn't
I like
wrong.
the idea
It
that
was-
Ethan like just pulled off the main highway and the baker's residence is like 500 feet away from the road.
Seriously, like all of this is going on within the view of anyone who drives by, and there's like, nope,
You just hear the occasional semi.
I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. I'm just gonna keep driving. Nope, not pulling over for gas here.
Oh, all right. So
Someplace.
it's been 6 months since I've done this. Let's hope I still remember how to stream.
I'm sure you've still got your mojo. I don't want to go in the house. It's scary.
Sorry, it's just. I mean, okay, just Ethan just strikes me just the whitest middle class protagonist. I mean, it's like Resident Evil 7, the Wasp.
Right?
I don't know. All right. So instead of running my mouth here, I'm going to probably just focus on how much I loved this game. One of my favorite things about it is how believable the environment looked.
Oh yeah, it
I mean,
was good.
aside from Jack's weird dissection laboratory under the house,
Sure.
everything was really believable.
Yeah, dude. The thing that I love about this game, and I think we talked a little bit about this, it had like
Yeah,
one
we
of
never
the
talked on stream, so it don't matter.
yeah, it had one of the best opening acts out of any game I've ever played.
Right, because there's only so long before the game just turns into a run and gun shooting fair,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fine. It's inevitable. That's just once you figure out where the scares are and how they work, it's just naturally going to get less scary. But man, that first opening act is just so strong.
Right. It was excellent, and the whole game is good. But the opening
Here's
of
the
this,
man himself.
yeah. Oh, and that's one of the reasons, because when you come into this, you're not sure if it's kind of a reboot of the series and how much they intend to change, and it has a much more paranormal feel than any other Resident Evil that has come before it, and they almost let you you know dwindle on that for a little bit, like maybe this is just like a totally new direction for the series.
Well,
They've done like
everyone was so unsure of what exactly the series was at this point.
right. I mean, it is right there in the title, Biohazard, so you still get the impression right from the beginning that there is going to be some kind of chemical, like bioweapon component to this game.
Well, the whole series is called Biohazard in Japan.
Exactly, yeah, and again, so they continue to do that, and they do it well.
Little bit of a note here. I
Go ahead.
did VR like just this opening at your house, and I got to tell you, I was just wandering around for 45 minutes, shocked at how amazing the VR for this game was.
It was good. I could not play the whole game in it though. Yeah, I was a little too real.
But anyways,
but yeah, the opening of this game really has some strong
sorry.
paranormal vibes.
I'm going to start pointing stuff out here.
Go
Why
for
did
it.
we wait 3 years to burn her purse?
Seriously.
You
Oh
know?
shit, Ethan's coming, guys. We better burn this.
I love this game, but the plot holes, and there are many, are just all over the place.
My thought, Nick, somebody had to have narked. Somebody narked.
Oh goodness.
Somebody
All right.
somebody narked hard and called the popo.
There's an insider somewhere. There was
Yeah,
a mole.
right.
So I love when a horror game, when you're in the obligatory flashlight section, like gives you believable
Yes.
light as opposed to like a little thimble on the screen.
Exactly, yeah. This game, I remember when the demo for it came out, and it gave me really strong PT vibes, and
Yeah.
I think that was the point. Like that
I
was
think
kind
the
of.
whole game was inspired by PT.
I think so, because they saw how successful that was, and then it got canceled. And they're like, well, if Silent Hill isn't getting a really unique first-person reboot, then maybe Resident Evil should. And lo and behold, it was just what the series needed to become relevant again.
Okay, that's not even an attempt at cooking.
No, I mean that they had no realistic intention to eat that crow.
Maybe it just kind of wandered inside.
Perfectly good crow gone to waste. Now, see that I feel like they were gonna eat.
So I'm just saying, I'm getting ready to move in about a week, and I've just decided to stop cleaning things in the house. That's about where my fridge is at.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where your refrigerator has comfortably landed, right?
So I just love the filth in this game, particularly the
know.
opening act, and just how well it's rendered.
It really is, and it's something that's persistent throughout the game. That even though like you learn to live with it in the game universe, it really contributes to the constant like oppressive atmosphere of this game. Like just the decrepit look of it, and it's a different kind. I mean, we just spent the better part of February and March this year doing the Resident Evil 2 remake, and
Oh, we
certainly,
did, yeah.
and certainly everything in Raccoon City had gone to hell, but it was a very different atmosphere. Like it wasn't squalor; it was like post-apocalyptic. Here, you get the impression there is a functioning
All right, I won't
outside
play it.
world. Yeah, right. There's a functioning outside world that still
Just
exists, but
But
these
you're in this
people-
little strange little bubble where the rules maybe do or do not apply.
Exactly. Yeah, and the bakers just could care less about
All
anything
right.
to do with society.
So I'm not going to do this whole video. I just want to attempt to get all the coins on this run.
The
But
coins.
the coins, the pelican coins.
Oh yes, thank you. Sorry, I was thinking like, is that like a Steam achievement that I'm not aware of, or?
Nah. This is like the only coin that's really stupid.
That's right,
There's
because you can only get it here, yeah.
There's a lockpick right here.
And what's hilarious is that the items you pick up in the videotape transfer to your, like...
No, actually they don't.
The coin doesn't?
The coin does. You'll see. This is
I'm
so
remembering this wrong.
unintuitive, it almost feels unfair.
Well, the problem is I played this game in 2017, so...
Yeah, you played it when it came out like you're supposed to.
Yeah, so it's hazy for me, but for some reason I thought it did. But no, the decisions you make in the videotape affects. And it's the same with the Marie ones, right?
What?
It's the same with the Marie videos, right? Like there's stuff you can do that sets up like an item for Jack or for Ethan.
No, that sounds more like Resident Evil 2. Well, okay, I guess you're not wrong. You use the lockpick to unlock a drawer in the video, and then it's unlocked in real life. And I think that's the only occasion that affects the real world.
Oh, is that right? Okay, I was wrong.
I think.
So the ones where like Margarita's chasing her, there's nothing you can do to give Ethan an advantage.
Not to the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Again, kind of hazy and.
You know, guys, we're like 100 feet away from Highway 474. I mean, someone
Maybe
could
call the
just
police.
call the police, right?
Seriously. Like, I kick in that door and I see this, and like my first reaction is, yeah, you know, I want at least one local authority involved in this investigation.
What if it just turns out it's like a meth house, you know? Just like there's 3 really skinny guys at the dinner table and they just look at them and...
Like, why repeat just sitting there? Hey, what are you guys doing? You narcs? I smell a narc.
Right, get out of my way. I gotta unlock this.
What were Jesse's friends called in Breaking Bad? Badger and... was it Skinny Pete?
I think... Oh, man, that's not fair. I had... Oh, not... Almost went to end. It's been like 5 years since I watched Breaking Bad.
Are you going to watch El Camino?
Definitely not.
Really?
I could care less. Even though it's Aaron Paul, Jesse's story never interested me in the first place.
See, I'm curious, just curious enough to give it a watch. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as good as Breaking Bad, but by that same merit, I was a vocal...
There's our coin.
Sweet. I was a vocal critic of Better Call Saul, and that series proved me wrong too, so hey.
I mean, yeah, I've heard Better Call Saul was good, but see, I hate prequels because I already know how the universe is going to arc. So, like, the character better be super interesting for me to, like, want to spend more time with him. And Saul was good, but just not good enough.
For me, Saul was just interesting enough, and without giving anything away, there were a few genuine twists and turns in that series that made it, you know, surprising and worth watching for me. It wasn't just like, oh, let's set up everything so that it turns out Walter White was the real victim in all of this. No, it was genuinely... I enjoyed it. So now here's where we start getting into like as soon as he finds his wife.
That you get into like the weird kind of supernatural stuff.
Right. And so I know that they say that a lot of like the so-called like paranormal stuff that you see around the house, like the piano closing itself, those are all set up by oh crap, what's the brother's name?
Lucas?
Lucas, yeah. Like Lucas is obsessed with creating like amateur horror videos and like actually killing people, and so he has the house like wired to freak people out when they come in.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Until Dawn?
Oh yeah, no, that they use that in Until Dawn as well. But Lucas he like set up like his whole madhouse of traps, and in the main house it's implied that he like set up things just to mess with people too. So
yeah,
I mean, it's established. It's in canon that there is no paranormal. It's just the spores of what's her
Evelyn.
face? Yeah, right. Evelyn making everyone crazy.
Every time I know it's gonna happen, it still gets me.
That got me to like pee just a little tiny bit in VR. even though I knew it was coming too.
Okay, all right, now that's done. We can get through the rest of the game.
Where I had to stop in VR was the Marguerite fight, and I think I've shared my feelings about that
Oh
with
yeah,
you too.
that's just so unnerving. Like I love that moment where she reaches out with her
Freak
arm.
arms, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, well, this just got more
I
disturbing.
mean, good
Okay,
God, like
now
even. Go ahead.
here's where I get confused. So when we're talking about dead and turned, like, are they talking about people they've kidnapped to be part of Evelyn's family who turned molded?
Yeah, that was my thought. I
Okay,
think the mold are all these people,
so like why? Like I get that, but like okay, so
and then the dead
like,
they just chop up and eat.
so like they become part of the family until Evelyn gets bored, and then they turn them into the molded, or I don't know.
I think that in the baker's mind, the mold is family.
I was, actually, I kind of wonder if the molded, like, technically just maybe aren't even a part of the game. Like, it's just a.
Oh, it's one
It's
of
not a
Evelyn's
part of the.
illusions.
It's not a part of the narrative. It's just a part of like the gameplay mechanic, or like one of her illusions, sure. But like, no one references the molded. I think throughout the game.
Hmm.
Well, okay, no, Lucas does at one point. Never mind.
Okay, I was gonna say you might be onto something there. What was I saying? Oh, so the Marguerite fight. I like can't deal with it. Even though like I know all of the tricks and I know how to beat her efficiently, and there's
Doesn't make it any less disturbing.
yeah, like the jump scare is over. Like I know everything that's coming, but like just like the enclosed space, the pitch black darkness, the amount of ammo she absorbs, and just like how fucking disturbing her character design is. Like that fight like still gets me, and in VR it was just too much. I was like, nah, you know what?
Maybe we'll get there at some point. No matter
do Resident
how.
Evil 7 next year, except in VR.
Someplace safe.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on? Baby.
Okay, Mia, it's been 3 years. You still look amazing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right, I'm just saying.
You're
I know it's been 3 years, baby, and we got to get
Same
out of this
pair of
murder house. But
pants.
you want to. No, I don't. Let's get out of here. Oh, come on, baby. It's been 3 years. It's my birthday. Ethan's just this creep. Ethan's just not a cool dude, like, come on, baby. That's why she left in the first place.
This is why the relationship only works when she's on her long business trips.
Exactly.
Babysitting.
She took like a really exciting government job because she married a douchebag.
I actually just got the joke why she calls it a babysitting trip, because she is babysitting Evelyn.
Evelyn, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Mia has this weird tendency to alternate between like being 20 to like being 12.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think that's part of Evelyn's like influence on her, right?
No, I think that's just the Japanese influence.
It's just yeah, I think that's just Japan being Japan. Because all petite housewives have to be like
That wasn't me.
slightly underage in some way. If not like in their age number, then in their personality.
Everything that I know.
You're right. She goes from being like extremely competent in the flashback to here just, yeah.
I'm assuming there's some degree of psychological trauma.
Oh yeah, without question. I mean, Jack spent the better part of the year trying to convince her that she was part of their family, right?
Jack's a convincing guy. I mean, like, if it was me, I might just go with him for the life experience.
Yeah. I figured that like Jack was such a good antagonist in this game that I actually thought for a little bit that the twist was going to be that Mia was actually a part of this family and she just somehow managed to get away when she was younger, and the whole story was them bringing her back. But that was before I kind of caught on to the Evelyn bits.
I don't know. That's almost more Silent Hill than Resident Evil, which I guess could be the subtitle to this game.
Well, exactly, which is where
Resident
I thought
Evil
they were
7,
going.
Silent Hill 5.
Yeah. That is completely where I thought they were going with this game, was just a more Silent Hill approach to the Resident Evil formula. So that wouldn't have surprised me if they did say, she's just Zoe's twin, and it turns out Zoe's manipulating everything in order to get her sister back or something like that.
As much as I've loved the Resident Evil 1 and 2 remakes, I almost feel like they're just kind of getting in the way of the next Resident Evil numbered category. numbered game.
I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I was just so thrilled with the Resident Evil 2 remake that I'm okay with that, because
It was top tier.
if there's like ever
Whatever the hell that means. Sorry, this doll just creeps the hell out of me.
Yeah, it's not right. If there's ever a future like bar or standard...
Honey, there's a doll of you back here.
Honey,
wearing your mom jeans.
Honey, look at this. It's so cool.
And you're wearing heels, I guess.
But no, like Resident Evil 2 is the standard by which all future remakes of games must be measured. And actually, 2019 has been just a good year for remakes. First we got Resident Evil 2, now we got Link's Awakening, and that's really good.
Here we go. The spoops.
Yeah, here's where the paranormal spoops begin.
Now, this is kind of where I realized that this entire game takes place over the course of one night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you wake
I'll
up
never
later.
Be back here.
Yeah, you wake up later in the evening, and they've got you at like their little cannibal dinner, and then you're pretty much Ethan for a good like couple hour long stretch until he gets knocked out at the boat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. I remember this part too being like an area where I was very unwilling to progress in VR.
Mm-hmm. Oh
like,
yeah.
I don't want to open that door. And then this image right here. This freaks me the fuck out, even though I know it's coming.
Every single time.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Spoops. Right there. I can't deal with this. Like I can't watch it.
I had my 12-year-old sister play for this. Boy, it really got her.
Yeah, it got me too, man. And I'm a 30-year-old man. I mean, it's just well paced. It's well. The cinematography's good, and then the fucking knife. Like fuck that. I don't want it. Ow! Stuck it. Fucking. I'm gonna hit you. Ow!
The first time I did this, I was mashing the left trigger before I realized it wasn't the right trigger, and she's just stabbing Ethan to death.
Yes. Another fun fact of this game, I was convinced that losing his hand was like the way to... Oh god, that would be so painful. I was convinced that when he loses his hand here in a little bit, that was like the fast track to the bad ending. So I like replayed this part like 2 more times when I first got the game to try not to lose his hand.
I can feel her clawing her way back inside of me.
Yeah, see again, it's heavily implied here that she's being possessed instead of...
Leave me alone.
You know, the spores.
Well, she doesn't possess you. She just worms her way into your soul.
Yeah.
According to Jack. Hun, you,
Well, thank God that's over. Ethan just, like, busts out a window and goes back to his car. At least I can say I tried.
Going back to Ohio or wherever they...
I think her license plate said Texas, but I could be wrong.
Oh, you're right. Well, that's not too much of a drive. I mean, this could be like a weekend jaunt.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if, like, he left on a Friday, got here on a Saturday, was done by Sunday, and went to work on Monday.
He went by to stop and see what's Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
and then meanwhile, he gets back to the office Monday, and the only thing people want to talk about is the series finale of Game of Thrones.
Right.
Well, I stopped a family of camp. Ethan, stop, okay? All right, we're trying to hear what happened with Jon Snow.
Ethan, we saw the news, and oh god, that was also bad. Ethan, we saw the news. How did you ever survive? Are you okay? You know, the worst part of the trip was Myrtle Beach. But seriously, I have scars that will never heal.
Oh, right, X.
Yeah,
forgot.
Right. You gotta axe your wife, man. Hey, man, you gotta fucking axe that bitch, right?
I gotta tell you, this is not fun on Madhouse.
Yeah, no, because she can actually kill you here very easily. You shouldn't stand for that, Ethan. You gotta axe that bitch, right?
Okay, we're getting a little close.
You don't take shit, man. You do, man. You axe that bitch. Oh my god.
Ethan, for the love of God. Hun, give me a sec. Let me heal.
Hey, guys, Knuckles here, and I can't help but notice, but this is excruciatingly similar to how Becky and me ended. I mean...
Oh my.
I mean, almost down to the most minute detail. How does she survive this shit? How
did Jack survive having everything but his pants exploded?
I mean, at least Jack was, like, molded, like, demon form, Jack, by that point. I mean, that's just a straight shot to the jugular. I mean, holy crap.
Jack has his head blown up more than once. More than once.
He grew a new one. She just grew a specific new jugular?
Hi, Time Order Cable. Are you interested in long distance service?
Oh my god. This really is a madhouse. Yeah, I also really thought that Zoe was pulling the strings.
The Zoe stuff is confusing because on one hand, I guess she's running from her family for all 3 years, but on the other hand, like, I guess she staples your hand back on for you,
Right.
and yeah. And I guess she has access to a phone?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Her story just kind of patters out, too. I mean, I know there's DLC that fills in the blanks, but, I mean, you go through all the work to get to her.
Not too much.
Yeah. And you get to go through all the work to get to her, and she's, like, basically delivering you from this house. And it's like, sorry. You just stay here.
Right.
Because, I mean, let's be honest. Who actually picks Zoe in that scenario and not Mia?
Well, I mean, you pick her, and then you've got yourself an extra boss fight on your hands. So,
Yep.
like, yeah. Okay, got our fuse.
Though I guess the game
Oh,
does...
I never noticed that before.
Yeah, that's not okay. This game does give you ample reason not to fucking trust Mia.
Right.
Maybe things have cooled a little in the 3 years between Ethan and Mia, you know?
Well, the awkward part is, like, Ethan has already remarried and started another family, so
Yeah.
he's just coming here to do the breakup the right way.
Can you imagine when they get home after this is over and they reconsummate their marriage? I mean, how is the makeup sex? I mean, oh, hey, honey, how'd you get that giant wound in your neck? Yeah, you gave me that. Oh, right.
Yeah. But I saved you, and I picked you over Zoe.
Yeah. Hey, how's that hand feeling?
You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, sorry.
It fucking hurt.
Okay, well, the knife to the hand, that hurt. Okay, I guess that hand is just... Also, how does stapling it back on fix it?
Hey, a singing wall-mounted bass. Okay,
Right.
Nick, come on, focus.
Manitoba is the brand to smoke. You'll enjoy it, toke for toke, don't worry. Smoke happy. That was one of my favorite King of the Hill bits, when they were bugging Dale's house. The Manitoba
okay.
cigarette company.
I blocked it with my hand.
Manitoba is the brand to smoke. I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, I know you're on death's door here, but I can't not picture the Manitoba singing bass now.
He just gives you advice throughout the playthrough.
Ethan, go down to the basement. There you'll find a mold with the key. Get the key. Go
Hey,
home.
it's my...
I like how you can collect the hand. Hey.
Your left hand, cut off by me.
Wouldn't it be great in the menu you can like combine hand with wrist? And
Or
fix it.
gunpowder.
Yeah, right. All of a sudden he has a gun hand.
You've got the rocket fist at that
Yeah,
point.
rocket punch. That was hands down the best part of Metal Gear Solid 5
Okay,
when it
it's
just
it's
gave
okay. I've got first aid juice, so...
up. Right, much better. The hand just grows back dead.
If we were still doing screenshots for episodes, yeah, that's my vote.
the Manitoba singing bass.
Did you see that someone found out how to hook up Alexa to a singing wall-mounted bass?
That's awesome.
So that Alexa is just the bass.
The bass, right?
Oh,
I'm
okay,
afraid
I
to
said-
say her name because she's right here on my desk, and that usually activates her and makes her like turn off my lights. Or do
I
something
said
stupid.
bass, and Rex thought I said ass, so now he thinks I'm swearing, and he went upstairs out of fear.
Nick, I hate when you get like this.
He does. He every time I say any sort of swear, soft or hard, he books it upstairs for the safety of the bedroom.
You're an angry drunk, Nick. You need help.
Hey, it's almost eggnog season.
Dude, it is. I love me some nog. Hey, by the way, when are you coming down to Bloomington? I've got to like feed you like 5 different places.
Well, I'm gonna get moved into my brand new house, and then we'll see how much of my money is not left over.
Sweet.
We'll get there at some point.
Mia's waiting for you in the attic. Grab a gun and shoot her in the face.
So I love this. Ethan's just like, all right, fine, it's over with. What? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, right. I would definitely I mean, I don't
Fine,
believe in
Fine.
suicide.
You
And...
want to cut my hand off, bitch? I will just murder you.
Yeah, right. It's on.
So in Madhouse difficulty, you have to pick up all the ammo, and you have to land pretty much all headshots to take her out.
Uh-huh.
It's madness.
I'm going to get the singing bass out of my system in this episode, if that's okay with you. So I'm going to jump ahead. Jack's weakness is the chainsaw. Grab it and have a nice sword fight. Don't worry.
Oh, they give you 40 ammo. Yeah, that'll be enough to kill my wife.
That should be more
Boy,
than enough.
those are lines you can't say out of context. Oh,
And also any witnesses who happen to stumble upon the scene.
just enough to kill my wife. At some point in the future, like 20 years from now. Oh, jeez.
Whoops. That's a durable gun.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. That should have broken the gun. Ethan, don't forget to use the left bumper. It will help you to restore your health. I mean, good God.
Here's Mia.
Here's me, yeah. We can joke about all this now and have fun. First time playing this game, like there were
Not
so
fun.
many, yeah, there were so many parts where like I just couldn't progress because like I needed a stress break. This was one of those parts. Make sure you hide inside the guest room. It will give you some time
Oh God,
to
she's behind me.
recover your health. Don't worry. Smoke Manitoba. What I hate too is that in anything more than normal difficulty, she charges you a lot. Like she'll just fucking sprint at you. Like that. Close the door in Mia's face.
How
Reload
is
your
he
gun and
reloading?
make sure you take aim. Shoot her face. Smoke Manitoba. What's nice is that she is now
I'm
created
running out
for
of
you.
doors here.
Yeah, but she's creating new doors for you.
Today on this old house.
Mia, there's always a choice. Can you imagine if in PT they had given that demon chick a chainsaw?
What now?
In PT, the demon
yeah.
lady that's chasing you around. Can you imagine if they had given her a chainsaw? Hey, I love you too, baby. Nope.
She turned into a mannequin. Wait.
Finish her. Yep. You and I did the same thing. Except mine
Wow,
was in
there's
just
a-
like pants-shitting terror.
A lot of TVs in here.
Yeah, I think Jack was maybe kind of like
Oh,
a
Jesus.
hobbyist. Welcome to the family, son. Hey, strangely enough, this is precisely how me and Becky got back together.
Oh, for the love of God, no one wants to hear about your toxic masculinity.
You think I'm toxic. You should meet Becky's dad. Holy shit.
Oh, God.
Coincidentally, also named Jack. Hey, my hand! Oh.
Jack, did you grab my hand? But his shirt is clean.
Yeah, I know. Like, surprisingly so, given what he just went
I
through.
like how Jack looks like a giant here. Okay, now, here's where I get confused. So Zoe is stapling my hand on?
I'm not sure.
We'll get to...
I don't quite know who is the surgeon of the family, Nick.
Don't you die on us now?
Oh, yeah.
You have work to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that
like,
would be Zoe. Yep.
whose delicate hands are those, Lucas? So, okay, she like staples them on. Okay, now that implied to me that he was infected with the mold virus already.
Right, because unless she knows
But
how
he's
to
not.
reattach the damaged nerves, that hand shouldn't work.
Oh, hey, it's Thanksgiving at the Weber house.
It's time for supper.
We had a Thanksgiving very similar to this one year.
Rex is Lucas. He's just throwing food at you the whole meal.
It's good.
I love this scene.
I know, and I just can't deal with Marie. Like, Marie's the worst.
Marguerite.
Marguerite. So why do I keep calling her Marie? Like she's the fucking mother from Everybody Loves Raymond. Wouldn't that be great? Eat your baked ziti, dear.
God, I love Jack.
Jack is a maniac.
Probably because Jack looks
Marguerite is
exactly like
creepy.
my actual father. But
Oh, that can't be good for you. Dude, like, how do you go home and talk to your dad without, like, a knife in your hand?
I happen to find Jack very endearing.
Yeah. Out of all the characters in this game, I feel like we may have given Jack some probable cause to try to chainsaw us to death. Okay, just pretend it's SpaghettiOs. Just pretend it's SpaghettiOs. You're not here. You're at home. That's not a knife. That's a spoon.
Pigs. I'm coming back for you.
So now, another question I have. Lucas has the mold, or he doesn't?
Okay, he, I guess, does, but
It
Evelyn
doesn't-
can't control him like the others.
Okay, that's what I thought. There's something about Lucas that makes him unique. Yeah. But I couldn't
Okay.
remember what it was.
Give me just 10 seconds here. I've got a little audio problem.
Okay. Because I seemed to remember with him that he definitely regrows that hand, right?
Okay, just a sec.
Sure.
Okay, sorry. My audio seemed to have desynced. I think I was 5 seconds slower than the stream. So
Oh, fun.
okay, we seem to be good now.
Okay.
Minor inconvenience. So, okay, now another question here. So, right. So, Jack and Marguerite are infected by the mold.
Completely.
As I believe, yes, completely. Lucas is infected, but Evelyn can't control him, so he just pretends to be under her control.
Right.
Which means he's just fully participating in the cannibalism
Right.
as a life experience.
Yeah, he's just going with it. But that's kind of Lucas's story, right? Like when you look into his room, he was disturbed as a kid.
Yeah,
Like he locked a friend in his attic until he died, and you know, did other shit
what would
to
the
animals.
proper term be? A sociopath or a psychopath?
Lucas, a psychopath. Yeah, so a sociopath doesn't go out of their way to harm others, but like if they have to, they don't feel anything about it.
Okay, that's what it
A
is.
psychopath just wants everyone to be harmed.
Okay, one derives pleasure, one doesn't care.
Yeah, like the problem with the sociopath is they don't really get pleasure from anything.
Okay, gotcha. So this part is pretty much just game over on Madhouse.
Yeah,
'cause
this
Jack
is
can
really
run faster
intense.
than you.
Right.
So.
What's up, Jack?
I just need those keys over there, Father.
Jack, I'm taking your car.
Thankfully, Jack is very easy to break if you crouch directly in front of him.
Yeah, you were mentioning that last Final Fantasy episode. Jack, I gotta be honest with you. I don't like your house, and I'm gonna take your car, and I'm gonna go. You think about what you've done to this place, because it's not okay, Jack.
Okay.
I hate when he catches you here and like takes your leg off.
Oh, I know.
I also don't understand how pouring. Like, does Ethan have the mold? He's got to, right?
Well, see, he doesn't have to cure himself before they leave.
But then how is he able, like, unless this game has a very loose understanding of the way that arms and legs are reattached to people?
I'm gonna... Hey, you need some hey, bro.
Hey, bro. What's up, bro?
Like I said, I don't know if, like, I'm just so dense that it went over my head in universe, or if they just didn't think that through.
Or maybe that's the thing, like, this game ends on a cliffhanger because Ethan definitely has the mold because he's able to just fucking regrow limbs. I don't know.
You'd think they'd make hay of that.
This is the Manitoba bass again. Drink the bleach to end your pain.
Okay, let's see here. I don't want this to be too easy, so...
Infinite ammo. I like that.
Oh, I have that?
Apparently.
I do. Okay,
You've put some time into this game, damn.
Oh,
What are
something
walking
else.
shoes? Light shoes, walking more comfortable?
Walking shoes make your walk run faster.
Ah, okay. So in other words, you can just kind of sneak your way around quickly.
It helps.
That would help a
Okay.
lot with Marguerite, damn.
All right, I'm not going to use too much of this, but the circular saw is basically the Ripper from Dead Space, and it's just too
Yeah,
fun not to use.
I have not seen this, by the way, I
Oh,
really
Jack.
want to.
Oh, Jack.
Hey, Jack, I'm gonna get you.
So I feel like we can probably get to the part with the garage, and then we'll probably call it.
Yeah. If you're looking for exactly an hour, we have about 20 more minutes. If I'll you're the captain of this ship.
Oh yeah. What'd you say? I think we're coming up on an hour.
We have 20 more minutes to the hour mark.
We'll see what we see. Okay. I'm gonna not make this an item inventory management game, so don't worry.
You've got the Ripper. You're gonna be just fine from now on.
If those books of defense take up too much space, then I'm gonna pitch them.
Okay.
So these books make it so that basically you take no damage if you guard.
Oh,
and the
wow.
glasses just highlight all of the available items around you.
Oh, so instead of having to use that one item that wears off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that permanently.
Very cool.
Where's Ethan? Get the phone. I don't know where it is.
The phone is in the kitchen sink because no, it's not really. Sorry, the Manitoba bass was misleading you.
Okay, maybe the phone.
Because the bakers like to keep a messy house.
Okay, that's right. It's in here.
I swear to God, I'll stop now.
Zoe, right? What the fuck are they?
Shut up and listen.
Zoe, I gotta be honest. I think there's something wrong with your parents. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
I love how her family is just a bunch of horrifying people, and then she's just like normal Jane.
Ish. I mean,
More or less.
clearly she let some of this happen.
All right, so this is where it gets a little confusing. I'm not sure what the trigger is for the next event. I think you've got to go interact with the door, and then the cop comes to the
Yeah,
window.
that's right. Then the cop shows up, and then you go to the garage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he takes the shovel to the cranium. So they don't like Zoe anymore
Clearly not.
because she refused the gift. She's a regifter.
If you go on to the Steam forums, there's a bunch of reclips of this with someone else's face in the portrait saying
Donald Trump, and he looks like
yeah,
an asshole.
yeah, that was the first one I saw.
Good.
I don't know who he is, but I think he's an asshole.
Hey, so I don't want to get too in the weeds with politics this episode, but how do
Oh,
you
God.
think this whole
Here we
thing's
go.
going to end? Do you think we're finally going to get him, or he's just invincible?
Nope. Like, okay, he's like Cobra Commander, okay? Trump is like Cobra Commander. You think you've got him, but by the end of the episode, he manages to slip away at the last moment,
Yeah.
and then he's back with an even zanier scheme next week.
Yeah. And he's already got the strategy. He's already just yelling at the cameras, "Look at Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, it's
Everybody look at someone who's not me."
I mean, it'll be the typical cycle. He'll have done something terrible. He'll scream. The Democrats will scream almost louder and more insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and then the whole thing will blow over.
And meanwhile, all of the news stations, for some reason, will be like, "Yeah, what about Nancy Pelosi?" It's like, why? Guys, don't actually look at Nancy Pelosi. She wasn't even on that phone call.
What do you need, officer?
He just puts Ethan down. Oh my God.
Hey, you gotta help me. Hold on.
Who walks up to this house without their gun drawn?
I mean, is this...
I'm sorry.
What?
Okay,
Me? No. No.
is
All right.
is it racist if a Japanese game has a black man die first?
I gotta get out of here.
I mean, they're just following horror movie tropes.
You're not
So,
listening.
I
There are
mean,
crazy people in this house trying to fuck
I don't know how to read that culturally.
Nick, I think in 2019 it would be more racist not to kill him. That's reverse racist,
Because that's what they'd be expecting.
right? Oh, the black man's gotta live because God forbid he dies a heroic death. I don't know how to do this anymore.
Meet me in the garage. We'll talk later. Hey, wait. You gotta give me your gun.
Maybe it's just best if from now on in all video games everyone's just like Simpsons yellow.
It would simplify things.
It would.
Right. Deputy.
All video games take place in a world without race or culture.
You're a hero and saved my life.
This guy,
Yep, all of my cutscenes are off by 5 seconds. It's weird.
that's all right. As long as the gameplay itself is, we can just solve that next episode.
It's kind of hilarious because like.
Well, now I'm noticing it on my end. But again, it's not like game breaking.
Yeah, my stream
What
file
are you gonna do with a knife?
download has to be like 100 gigs at this point.
Sure. I think
All right.
people don't even watch Play the Hits for the games. They watch it for Knuckles.
The articles,
Yeah, the articles.
the political
The
commentary.
political
All
commentary.
right, let's go to the carport.
Which just boils down to Nick is a cynic and Chris is just a bleeding heart liberal.
You couldn't open that with the circular saw?
Or your bare fucking hands. I mean,
No, you couldn't open it with the circular saw because you would have destroyed it.
Hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
dude. I've seen some shit.
Me.
They're gonna make you eat
Look
people.
behind you! Look behind you!
Yeah, why doesn't Ethan just like yell the second he sees Jack?
That would make more sense if it was a mute protagonist.
Yeah, right. Silent protagonist. Hey, you're gonna wanna. Oh,
Well,
that's your M rating right there. Car key.
time to yeet out of here.
Jack,
So,
what's your garage door code?
eh,
Eh. Oh God.
I've never actually driven before.
Yeah, right. I don't know how to drive.
Rex, why are you in here? I'll work the accelerator.
You go high, I'll go low.
Oh god, I don't see him anymore.
Which one of these is the emergency brake? This looks like an emergency.
I'm gonna go hide in the back seat now.
Also, I pooped in the glove compartment.
That's a lot of tires.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, hello, Jack. I love how Ethan just seems to phone in his shocked surprise lines.
I know.
Oh, shit. No.
Come on, get him to crash through the garage. And let's just drive both of you to the police station and sort this
They're
whole thing
going
out.
down the freeway.
Jack, I don't want to be part of your family. You're gonna be part of the family. Jack, I need to pee. Can we pull over? Alright, but this is the last time.
It's just like when my dad taught me to drive.
How does that not take Ethan's head off? I'm sorry.
Just barely missed him.
Yeah. it's-
Missed Ethan.
He looks up and he has no hair.
Ooh.
God damn it.
At least we killed Jack.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God it's the last we'll be seeing of him.
I never picked up the gun, did I?
No, you did. Oh, well. Wait. Hey, nice save. Nice save. He just pulls it out of the fire while he's blowing on it. Oh, this part is where, again, some paranormal.
Bring it on, old
paranormal-
man!
Remember that Jack's weakness is always a saw, but you can also shoot him in the face. You know, I'm just gonna come out and say it. He looks good for his age.
Strong, too.
Yeah, really strong. Like, we should all take, like, life lessons on personal health and hygiene from Jack.
Well, I mean, concerning health, he eats people, so, I mean...
Okay.
Take that to whatever conclusion you can.
Cannibalism is the secret to a long and healthy life.
You know, if rich people... Okay, if people tasted good, there'd be a whole cottage industry for rich people eating the poor.
You know, there probably is, and Trump probably knows about it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying this episode. I'm not saying Trump ate people. I'm just saying that he may have eaten people. It's within
Well, you
the
can
realm
say
of
whatever you
possibility.
want, so long as you pose it in the form of a question. Like, does Trump eat people?
Trump
Because
eat
then now
people?
it's not an accusation.
That's
now
the-
it's a question.
You're referring to the Tucker Carlson model of rhetoric here.
Does Obama lure small children into his gingerbread house and proceed to murder them? I don't know.
Does Hillary Clinton have a penis? Who's to say?
Oh, God.
Do I have your attention, boy?
Yes.
You're about to see some wonderful.
Okay. All right. I'm waiting. Jack. Jack,
Jack?
I want to see something wonderful. Jack.
I think his bowels just leaked.
Jack.
Well, it's about time I got going, Jack, so
I'm sorry, but at that point, I dismember the corpse and like scatter it throughout the living room. I mean,
and
I'm
you
not-
proceed to just put him down the drain in the bathroom,
right.
piece by piece.
I like stuff
shotgun
pieces
shells.
of him into the Manitoba fish, and yeah.
All right, now we gotta.
I love this is one thing that I just adore about the Resident Evil games is just like the weird artifacts that progress the narrative. You know, you just find random shit scattered across these houses.
Let's eat this.
Let's eat these leaves.
This will make me stronger or healthier or
This
something.
is strangely the most pleasant part of this evening. Eating grass.
Well, all right.
Good progress so far. You're doing great.
Yeah,
Granted,
not
you
bad.
have
Well,
a circular saw, but
that'll speed things up a little
yeah,
bit.
that'll that'll de-spoop the house a little bit.
Say hi, Sparky.
The funny thing is that's exactly how it worked in Dead Space. Like the Ripper was just
yeah.
like turn survival horror off, you know? But it was, you know, a extremely common part of that game and not a reward for beating it in a certain time, you know?
We don't need the knife anymore, that's for sure.
No, the knife is the knife's usefulness has been met. Hey, I like that you get the Albert Wesker gun in this too. That's kind of cool.
Why? Oh, because I want to be remotely challenging. Okay. All right, so I think that's good progress for the night.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think?
I'm excited. I cannot wait to play through this again. Well, or watch you play through it and actually.
So the preliminaries are over. The two taken, so it's on to the main event next time. So see you in about a week.
Yeah, and I'll try to lighten up on the Manitoba bass. I can't make any promises though.
It's a good one episode shtick, even if it did come in halfway through.
That's what we said about Knuckles. Now here we are.
Yeah.
I can see where I'm not wanted. I'll see you guys next time.
Play the hits, everyone. I gotta go get Rex from downstairs. I hear him cowering on the bed.
Oh God, he's gonna hit me. We'll see you next time, everybody.